Well, good morning and happy fall. Welcome back to my channel if you are new. This is a series that I've been doing. This will be the second installment of that series. So this is my reading wrap. Scout is here with us today. This is my August reading wrap. If you have not watched the earlier one, go back and watch it. I will link it up here in the cards and down in the description, and you can go watch that because we are going to be talking about a book that I finished this month that I had started back in July, and we're going to be talking about it today. And if you want to see my first reaction, I will put a little snippet in this video, but my full kind of, getting into it is over there first. And that does impact kind of my, reading of it this month and all that kind of thing. So if you want to go get an update from over there, to get started there, that'd be great. But if not, we'll go right into it.
Last month's reading wrap.
I'm reading I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. I've been reading it at night, so I do have my reading light in here. I'm not very far in it at all, but it's such an interesting commentary on just the social dilemma. It's really interesting. I'm at the point where she's still a little girl, so it's really fun to read, but definitely takes some thought. So that's why I've been going so slow, is because I read it at night and sometimes I'm just too tired to digest information. But it's really good, and I definitely suggest giving it a try. So I finished this early in August, and when I tell you, I posted my July video, then read more of this, and was like absolutely shocked by how this book would keep going. How it progressed. I was in shock. It is so beautiful though. I love this book. Let me read you my review already. So Maya Angelou has crafted a poetic retelling of a life that is full of family, hurt, and love, spanning over just a few years, because this goes up until she's about 20. This book engages a life lived by a young girl. Maya shares her story of living with her grandmother as she runs the local store to eventually living with her mother in San Francisco. Maya processes these experiences with grace and a soft, delicate spirit, and she somehow ends up changed for the better after numerous terrible experiences happen to her. This was truly a beautiful story and deserves its place in classic literary history. I firmly believe that. If you have not read this book, you definitely should. It is beautiful and it's just amazing. So go read this one. This is Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. So good. So the second book that I finished that I had previously mentioned in my earlier video is this book, Double Entry. I finally finished it. I had been stuck on this one for about 3 months. Not because it's not interesting, just because I was reading it for work and I had some other things just kind of push it below the line of what was going to get done. So anyway, this book, it was so good. It definitely goes through a lot of history while ending up in like current time and just all that kind of thing, and how the history is impacted today. If you want to learn more about the history of math and accounting, this is definitely where I would begin. The next book that we're going to talk about is on my Kindle, so I'm just trying to get the screen on there so that you can see it. So the third book that we're going to talk about, this is The Raven King by Nora Skavakic. I don't know if you can see. This isn't like the cover art. This is just my Kindle's being funky. But this is the second book in the All for the Game series. I have been reading this one. One of my friends brought me this series and she was like, "Kay, you need to read it." So I had read the first one and you saw that in my July video, so I finished the second one. I am over a third of the way through the third one now. It's getting a lot better. Like, now that we've gone through all of the like world building and introducing all of the characters, we are certainly getting into the most interesting part of this story, and it is so good. There's a lot going on, but the way that Nora deals with a lot of the like plot pieces that she kind of brings up are so beautifully done. She brings up a lot of like hard topics that I feel like aren't discussed, especially in fiction, but she does it in such a beautiful way. One of the things that really stuck with me, one of the characters, like his family is disowning him because of who he loves, and that just like, I take that personally, like that really hurts my heart. And just the way that she deals with that topic is so beautifully written and so beautifully explored in that way. So I loved walking through that with her. And if anybody can write that well, Nora can, and then make you laugh afterwards by some of the other characters making jokes or like just stuff like that. And I think she handles a lot of really challenging topics really well, and so that was definitely a book that I enjoyed. It took me a while to read it just because some of the parts were a little bit darker, and I don't like to read stuff like that at night, and this is my night book, so that just like took me a little bit longer to get through, but it was very good. And if you are looking for a book that has almost every single trope in it, this series is for you. So as I mentioned, I am reading All the King's Men right now. This is the third book in the All for the Game series. Kindle tells me I'm about 37% of the way through. It is so good. This third book is probably my favorite of the three. You definitely need the first two to like understand what's going on, but now that we've kind of gotten through all of the like, here's all the characters, here's why all of these things are important, it is so good. I started this one about 2 days ago, and yeah, I'm about halfway through, and so I feel like that's just a testament to how good it is. So I really am enjoying this series. Yeah, so I will keep you updated on how that one goes. Other books that I'm reading right now, so I'm reading this Why Business Matters to God book. This is a class, this is for my MBA class. This is our book for our discussion post right now, but we are finishing it this coming week, so it's fine. It's a book for school, so I feel like it is what it is. But it does have some interesting, if you are not, well versed in like Bible theology and all of that kind of thing, it does handle the topic of faith and business in a very easy to understand kind of way. So if that is a topic you're interested in, I think this one would be a really good place to start. I think my struggle with it is that I did have, like, my undergrad degree is in theology, so it's just like not a new topic for me. So it's a little bit boring to get through, but that's a me thing, not a book thing. So if that is a topic you're interested in, this could be a good place to start. Okay, so this next book that I'm going to bring to you all, I feel like could be a bit of a hot topic, but I am reading this book called Kingdom of Rage. So this is a book I picked up actually last year, and so this author, Elizabeth Newman, she begins to explore domestic terrorism and the different violent groups that can impact that in America. And so one of my interests, and I think I've mentioned this on this channel before, is religion and politics, and so that's why I picked this book up. I'm not super far into it. It is taking me a while to get through just because these are topics that I enjoy and something I want to kind of go through slowly just to make sure that I'm like soaking in all of this information, and some of it is just hard to read, and that just takes me a little bit longer to process and just work through within myself. So I'm about 100 pages through. Slowly but surely I'm making my way, so maybe in our next video I will be able to talk about this with you in a little bit more detail. But Elizabeth, she does go through very well, and just very objectively a lot of the violence that is going on in this nation, and I think she does that really beautifully. And yeah, so this is another one that I'm currently working through at a very, very slow pace. Lastly, I will tell you, I picked up a like brainless reading book because I love books like that. That's just like if I don't want to watch a show but I want to read what's something that's like a little brainless, you know, mindless. So I picked up the 5th Harry Potter book. Me personally, the 5th Harry Potter book is my favorite. The movies, the 6th movie is my favorite. Argue with the wall. I don't care. I love book 5 and movie 6. Out of all of them, those are my 2 favorites. So that is what I'm reading right now, and I hope you all enjoyed this video, and please comment below what you're reading. I'd love to know. And I will see you all in our next video. Bye guys.